You know, I think media analysis has made it harder to actually enjoy media. Now, I know how pretentious that sounds, and I don't really mean it in the way of just turn your brain off, or that analyzing or criticizing media inherently ruins it. Media analysis has its place. Hell, I did a 35-minute media analysis. Yes, I'm shilling my own stuff. Like, comment, subscribe while we're at it. I more of mean that such a process can often affect how we consume media and how we justify aspects we do or don't like. There is a significant divide between I don't like this and this is bad. And in our modern culture, that divide feels significantly more blurred than it should. That doesn't even get into how outside factors like review scores can affect our perceptions of something going in. Take something like Balan Wonderworld and Sonic Forces, for example. These are not games people would consider exactly good, but my overall experience with each was influenced greatly by how I actually went into these games. With Balan, I was actively looking for interesting elements and design concepts for me to attach to, which turned the time I spent with a game into a positive experience. Would I call it a good game? No. But did I have a good time with it? Shockingly, I would say yes. Contrast that with Sonic Forces, which I knew was in contention for the worst Sonic game going in, and my goal was to see exactly how bad it was. Because of this, I focused a lot more on the negatives rather than the positives, and it turned into my single worst experience with a video game I've ever had. There are lots of factors to take in mind when we delve into a book, movie, or video game, because all of them can affect our impression of it. So what the hell does literally any of this have to do with the 100 girlfriends that really, 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 really love you? With some of the stuff I've done previously, I've gone into explicit detail highlighting specific aspects of the media I was looking at in an attempt to find subtext and nuance present in hopes of portraying a deeper meaning or connecting with it on an emotional level. That is absolutely not the case here. 100 Girlfriends is a series I've been trying to find a way to talk about for a while, and at this point the brain rot has just simply reached critical mass, and y'all are just gonna have to deal with that. In this pursuit, I've floated a few different topics for talking about the series, such as doing a more general review style of both the anime and the manga, a discussion of how well the anime both adapts and adds upon the source material, just talking about how good the dub is, or gushing about Karane because she is the best, and anyone who disagrees with me I will personally skin alive. Yet none of these topics ever felt right to fully delve into. Except Karane, I could talk about her for literal days, so consider this a mercy. As time has gone on though, I realize I could never really specify what I love about it because my love of the series is far more generalized than any particular aspect of it. While I could definitely devote the next half a year to talking about the series ad nauseum, discussing literally every aspect of it, not only is that entirely exhausting, but it also in a way misses the point of what I like about the series. Sometimes it's easier to just say I really like something rather than boiling down exactly why I like it. That's kind of the feeling I get here. At the heart of it all, my feelings can be brought down to 3 simple words. 100 Girlfriends is dumb, honest, fun. Dumb, I feel like I don't have to explain to anyone who has seen more than like a second of this series. Just by watching, it becomes painfully clear that by harem standards, this show is really stupid in the best way possible. Not just crossing the line into parody, but snorting that line. It embraces its premise in every regard, and that results in a cast each with their own flavor of crazy, and perpetually rides the high of lovey-dovey high school romance. Well, how is it even possible to manage a relationship of 100 girls? You made a mistake by using your brain for literally any part of this show, random straw man that I made up. You need to take that brain out of your skull, incinerate it, and then bake the ashes into bread for texture. After a while, you kind of just get used to it, and then you can accept the series and all of the incredibly cursed things it does. Seriously, why are there so many pee jokes? But dumb itself doesn't exactly make a show good, as we've seen many a dumb harem before, and most of them tend to be dog shit. Honest is the word that makes this entire premise work. The series wears its 100 hearts right on its sleeve and refuses to let any silly things like drama, conflict, or logic dare rip it off. It will look you right in the eyes and say that every character here is less a person and more a shambling mass of dysfunction, yet we love them all the same. Usually because it actually does wrap around into really breaking down how these dysfunctional tropes actually affect the characters. 100 Girlfriends, despite its title being something I would not leave within 100 miles of any friends or family, is weirdly wholesome in how honest and genuine its execution of the characters and plot is. Not for 1 nanosecond does this series stop using the entire ass to say what it wants to with 100% sincerity, and that ass is a fully cheeked up double T gyat. Why the fuck did I say that? More than anything though, this series never stops being fun. While I can absolutely appreciate other series like Blue Period and Violet Evergarden for their gripping characters and drama, no other series puts a bigger smile on my face either when watching the anime or reading the manga like 100 Girlfriends does. Is a series for everyone? Pfft, no. The pacing in it is blazing fast and absolutely does not have time for extended, drawn-out character nuance. There are multiple unsavory elements that can even make the brain bread there taste a little bit funky, and Hikari alone puts this series in the ecchi category, and that's before we bag her mother. You have to have some level of tolerance for general anime bullshits, and even then the show relies pretty heavily on loud is funny humor, so it may not be everyone's cup of tea. But if you're looking for a fun time and are willing to kick reason to the curb, love me a good Gurren Lagann reference, then I would give it a watch, especially if you're a fan of stuff like Gintama and Konosuba. It's a series that always seems to bring a little more light to my day whenever I indulge in it, and maybe that's all it really needs to be. Now if you excuse me, I'm gonna go stare at Karane for the next 14 trillion years.